If you're looking for crochet patterns that you would genuinely want to wear this summer, join me as I share with you 10 of my favorite patterns for summer from Ravelry. Hi, I'm Rosanna from Wearable Crochet, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you 10 patterns that I would recommend from Ravelry to create a beautiful crochet summer sustainable wardrobe. Now in this video I'm not going to be sharing any of my patterns. I'm going to be just sharing with you other patterns from other designers that I have found on Ravelry that I will personally make and recommend. Now in this bundle there is a collection of free and paid, so there is mix, and I have gathered a collection of tops, layering pieces, there's even a dress included and some accessories. So let's get started. Now please forgive me as I do this video. I will be looking down at my notes and my laptop to give you information, and I'll be sharing the photos here. So the first one, we're going to start with tops. Now tops are fantastic for summer. You can lay them up, you can lay them down. And to start with, I'm going to share with the first one with you, which is called the Breezy Days Daisy Tank Top. Now this is by Stephanie Jessica Lau and is created from granny squares. We are crocheters, we love granny squares. That is where we all begin. That is the core of crochet, and this design for me is just simply gorgeous. She has created a tank top which has those V's here from the squares which have been turned, and the crochet motifs have been connected, and she's also created the triangle one to fill off this little section here. Now I love this pattern because it's made in that classic color of cream, which goes with everything, but this will work in any color. And it's also one of those projects that you can just take with you, make a granny square here, make one there. It's a really on-the-go project, and then you just spend one day and you piece it all together like a puzzle. And that's one of the things I love about granny squares, is that ending where everything just comes together and it's so fun to see, and you just add those details. So this top is made from worsted weight yarn, which is a bit heavier than I would go for summer. But because it's quite a lacy design and it's quite low, I don't feel it would be too heavy. You haven't got sleeves. It is a tank top. So this pattern comes size inclusive, I believe from small to 5XL. The yarn yardage you would need is between 500 meters to 1350 meters, and you're going to be using a 4.5 or a 4 mil crochet hook. And this is made in a summer yarn. It's made in cotton, which is brilliant for those summer hot days. But you can easily substitute the cotton for something with a cotton mix, cotton with silk, a linen, a silk yarn, a viscose yarn. The options are all yours. Now onto the second pattern, which is called the Rusty Road Crop Top. And this is by MJ's Off the Hook Designs. Now I really love this design. It's got that V-neck which is matching on the back. It's a really versatile design to use. I even have one of my own designs in the same style, and that is a top that I always wear every single summer. And I really like this design because she's used a really quite simple crochet motif, but because it's quite open, it's going to be really light and airy, and it's got that seaming detail down the front which just gives it that little bit of extra detail, which I think is really, really nice. Now this is a perfect summer top. You can layer it up with jeans, with skirt, over a bikini. You have a lot of options. And for this one, it's made in fingering weight yarn, which is one of my favorite weights. I am a crocheter who likes lighter weight yarns. So it's going to be really light. And it's also going to be one of those tops that once you're traveling, you can, scrunch it or roll it really, really small. And it is there in your bag. And when you need it, just throw it on. Now this is also size inclusive, comes from extra small to 5XL, and she's using a 3.5 or a 4.5 millimeter hook. You will need between 450 to 900 meters of yarn, which I think is really good yardage for a crochet top. and this is available on Ravelry for $10. So it is on a little bit more of the pricey side, but it is a top I can guarantee you are going to go back to over and over again because it is so versatile. The next top pattern is called the Daisy Tee, and this is from Yay for Yarn Patterns, and this one is free. Now, I love this design because it fills one of my core things for summer yarn projects, which is when you're doing a crochet project, try not to go for a project which is all double crochet all the way down, because that creates quite a bulky fabric. But the way this has a design in it, which is called the daisy, you have got that diamond almost formation. So that means your fabric's going to have that bit more of fluidity of movement than if it was just straight. So that ticks one of my summer points for crochet projects. Now this is a bit of a versatile tee because there are a few options of how you can do this. You can do the box style, you can do it cropped, you can do it a little bit longer, you can extend the sleeves if you want, make it into 3/4. And this is a really lacy, airy design. It's really accessible to everyone. This could be a beginner pattern. Now, it also uses my favorite yarn. We're going back to fingering weight, which is perfect for summer. You will be using a 3.75 crochet hook, which is size F. And this again goes, and the meterage for this is between 550 to about 1450 millimeters of yarn. So it's within that really good range. And this is a top you can do in any color, and it's gonna go beautifully. It's also quite a simple design, so you can have this on the go with you when you're on the bus or you got a few minutes. It's a project you can take around with you. Now, as I said, this is available for free, and it will be linked down in the Ravelry patterns at the bottom. Next up is the Flamingo Summer Top, and this has been designed by Sora Ruan. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. And this is available for €6.50. Now, this design is very modern and it ticks a few of my boxes. Okay, let's start. So we have this tank top style here, and you have that V. Now, normally I don't like so much tops which are so at the top, even though I have a few designs like that. But because it has that V detail, I think it just makes it look that completely special. And also because you've got that V detail here, you're getting that fluidity of the fabric at the top, which is a big plus for me because in summer I want my fabrics to move and feel airy and fluid. Now this is a tank top design, so it's really versatile to me. For me, I would wear that with shorts, I'd wear it with a skirt, I can wear it with jeans, I can layer a jacket over it in the evening when it's a bit cooler. So it fills all of those versatile wardrobe staples for me. This is made with fingering weight yarn, so it's going to be a light top, and it comes from sizes extra small to 5XL. The crochet hook you'll need is a 3.5, and the meterage is 640 meters to 1450, which is a really good amount. My next choice is called the Pebble Crop Top, and this top just fills me with joy. It just looks so fun, and this is by Anastasia R. Smith, and I like this pattern because you're going back to that traditional crochet style. So the crochet styles we have which are traditional, as we know, is the granny square and also this style of stitch, which is a very traditional. It goes back to the 70s, and I like that the colors she's chosen are just so joyful and full of summer, and it just looks so fun to do. And the way she has done the bar under here, which you can't see on the video, the bar under the crop top, she's created a crochet ribbing. Now this is something I've never done on the top, but it looks really nice and it just gives that bit of extra detail. And it also looks like it gives the top that bit more structure. So it creates that silhouette effect. And she's done something which is brilliant. She's created thicker straps so we hide our bra straps. I am now in my 40s. I don't want to show my bra straps. If I have a top design which covers those, that is a big plus for me. Another reason I like this design is that you can use loads of your yarn scraps. Now we all have those odd balls of yarn that we've got just a little bit of one, or we've got half a skein or a mini skein, and this would be a perfect project to use up those lovely pieces of yarn and create a sustainable item. This is a crop top, so you've got that versatility. You can wear it on the beach, a skirt, jeans, all the usual things. But one of my favorite things to do with crop tops is actually layer it under a shirt. You just have that little bit of detail coming out. Or if you're feeling really bold, wear it with a blazer and a nice pair of jeans and you are set for an evening out. This pattern is $5. It's using DK weight yarn, so it's a little bit heavier, but because you don't have a full top, it's still going to be perfect for summer. The sizes comes from extra small to 6XL, so seriously size inclusive here. And you are going to be using a 3.75 crochet hook, which is a size F in the US. And your meterage is between 329 up to 1692 depending on your size. So it is really quite a quick project, and I think your return, you get this really beautiful iconic top that you can make in whatever color combination you wish. My next pattern is now bordering on top to layers. Okay, so now we're crossing over into the layer section, so it can be a bit of both. Now this top is called the Sora Motif Sweater, and this is by Periot, and it's made with granny squares. Okay, I love granny squares, but I don't tend to wear them so much, but this design just caught my eye. The way she's used a really light, soft pastel color and created this very traditional, actually boxy style, I think is really beautiful and modern. And this just, to me, is perfect for those in between days. You know, you just want to layer up a little bit just to keep that little chill, or when you're in the evening, and it looks really, really elegant to me. And this is a pattern that you can do on the go because it's granny squares. You can do one here, one there, and then you do that jigsaw piece where you put them all together and create this beautiful piece of, to me, living art. This is a one size fits all. She's using a DK weight and a 3mm crochet hook. This is a free pattern again, and it uses about 800 meters of yarn. Now, although it says it's just one size, this is really easy to modify, because if you want to go up a bit, increase your crochet hook, or go down, decrease your crochet hook, or change the yarns that you're using. Do a few swatches and then do your calculations. So to me, this is more, you do have a few more options. Now into layers. So layers, I'm talking cardigans, those jackets you can throw on that look lovely over shorts or a bikini or with jeans. I love my cardigans over jeans. So this is like a small shorter kimono style, which is really versatile. I love this style because you can wear them open, you can put a belt on them so they get that little bit of silhouette. It's a really versatile style. This pattern is called the Covemtina, and it's by Dora Doze. And the way she has done this crochet is quite clever, because the traditional way is we work down, and that can create, depending on the stitch, can create quite sometimes a little bit rigid. And the pattern she's actually used is actually quite a thick, dense pattern, but because the waves are going horizontally across and not downwards, you're going to get a really nice fluid fabric. So it's not going to be so dense. And also because those waves are going across the fabric, they're not going to grow. So if this was the other way around and it was a crochet top with the waves going down, You will notice with times your waves will get bigger and bigger and bigger because of the weight of the fabric. But because this has been turned, she's eliminated this problem that can arise. Now this is a wave pattern, which is a traditional crochet pattern. It's very easy to do. Once you know your pattern, you can just go. You don't need to think. You don't need to refer to notes. It's an easy, to me, quite a mindless crochet pattern to do, which you can do while you're watching Netflix or waiting in the car when your daughter's got a lesson. So it's a really easy design and very approachable, I believe, for beginners. Now, this is using fingering weight yarn, perfect for summer, so that cardigan is not going to be too thick. And it's using quite a large crochet hook for a fingering weight yarn. Usually with fingering weight, we will stick more down to the 2.5 up to 3.5, but this is going quite high. So I believe from that, you're going to get quite a fluid crochet fabric, which I think will be really nice, and I think it complements well with the quite a dense stitch pattern. This is size inclusive. Again, it comes in 10 sizes, so it's perfect for everyone. And your yardage for this is going to be from 360 meters up to 3,130 meters. And that is because this is a very dense crochet pattern because of the actual style of crochet. But I believe it's a pattern that you can wear all year round. You know, you can have this in summer, in winter, in spring and autumn. It's one of those staples that you will wear over and over again. And this is available on Ravelry for £5.50. The next pattern is a full kimono style. I love these cardigans. They are brilliant. They layer up, they layer down, they can use on the beach. And this is a really approachable pattern for everyone. It's quite a mindless stitch pattern once you get used to it. But the stitch pattern follows my summer rule, which the patterns are on angles. So you're going to get that fluidity. This pattern comes in 5 sizes, so it's size inclusive, and it's using a fingering weight yarn, which is obviously perfect for summer. Now, for this style of kimono, I would actually go quite luxurious and try and find like a cotton and linen mix, because with this being quite a big piece of crochet, if you go for something with a bit of linen in or a bit of silk, it's going to lighten the whole item, and it's going to give the movement a really, really nice fluidity to the fabric. So if I was making this, I would change the yarn from a cotton to like a cotton mix. Now you're going to need a 3.5mm crochet hook, which is a size E. And this project is between 1,463 meters up to 2,126 meters. The pattern is available for $9.50 in Canadian dollars. Now, for those of you who are wondering, why aren't I giving you all of these just in dollars? I am sorry, I'm in Brazil. So my Ravelry will change for the country, and the conversion rate will always be in reais, which doesn't work for all of you. So I'm just giving you exactly what's written. But all of these will be linked down below in my Ravelry bundles. Okay, I found a summer dress, and what's more, it's free. It's a free pattern by Drops. I like Drops designs. I know a lot of people don't really talk about them because they can be a bit dated, but every now and again I feel like you find a really, really beautiful timeless pattern, and it's worth having a really good dig through their pattern and also through their archive patterns. So this pattern is called 167-18 Summer Bliss, and it's a really loose dress. It's got a few different tiers where you could try lots of different stitch types. It's a lace design, but there are variations of lace. So for me, that fills a few boxes. Is one, I'm getting variety. 2, it's getting it's more of a modern design, and Third thing is I'll be learning new techniques. And one of the things I always do when I'm doing a new crochet pattern is I try and learn a new technique, because that's what we're here for. We're here to learn, aren't we? We don't want to be doing the same thing over and over again. I used to do that when I sold crochet bikinis, and I would make the same pattern 50 to 100 times, and I got bored. Okay, I was selling, it was great, but I wanted to challenge myself. So now I always challenge myself to find a pattern with something new in it that I don't know that I have to learn. So going back to this dress comes in 6 sizes. It's a loose design, so you can wear this in summer, and you could team this with a belt and some boots, and this would look really, really nice in autumn. So this is using a DK yarn, and I think they're recommending drops bell, but you can easily substitute for anything you have in your country. And you're going to be using a 4.5mm crochet hook. So this is actually going to crochet quite quick. One, because you're using a larger crochet hook, and second, because you're using a lace design, your pattern grows really quick. So I believe you can make this quite quickly, especially in time for summer. Now this is a free pattern from Drops. Now to the last pattern, which is an accessory. Now the whole world has gone crazy in the knit world for the Sophie scarf. Everybody knows the Sophie scarf. Everyone's talking about it. But what about in the crochet world? We don't all knit, but we can have the equivalent. And a designer has created one, and it's called the Aery skinny scarf. I may be saying this wrong. And her name is Marianne Elena Carofili. And she has created the most gorgeous skinny scarf. I think this is a really good accessory to have. Now, when I was younger, I used to wear a lot of silk scarves. My godmother went to Paris and to Italy a lot. She picked up on the style quite a lot, and I started to wear a few. And I haven't worn them until about 2 weeks ago. I put my old silk scarf on, and I forgot how stylish these can be. And everyone's talking about the Sophie scarf, so crochet, there has to be a crochet version. So this crochet version is gorgeous. She's made it that it's full of detail, and that is what crochet is about. It really upsets me when everybody says, let's make crochet look like knit. It's like, no, crochet is crochet, knit is knit. Embrace crochet for what it is. And what is crochet? Crochet is textile, is texture, is lace. We can get so much 3D lace and design and texture with crochet, much more, I believe, than knitting. Now, they both had their place, but this version of this version of a skinny scarf, I believe, is gorgeous. It's filled with texture, and that's what crochet is about. And it's a long skinny scarf, and she shows you a few ways on how you can wear this skinny scarf. And now you can find so many tutorials on how you can wear it. You can wear it as a skinny scarf, you can wear it as a headband, you can tie it onto your bag. There are loads of different options that you can do. And I really like this project because you can do it in one skein. It's a really quick project. It'd be a really great gift. And she's used a DK weight yarn. Now, how many of us have a skein of DK weight yarn that we don't know what to do with? So I think this is a really, really beautiful pattern. Now, this pattern uses a 3.5mm crochet hook, which is size E, and between 155 to 165 meters of yarn. And this is €5. So if you want to try a skinny scarf, you're not a knit person, try this pattern. It looks gorgeous, and then get back to me and tell me your review, because I would love to know what you think. Now, before we finish, I've got a little surprise extra pattern, and this one is free. Now, let me just get it up. Now, this is called the Creatif Kerchief, another skinny scarf, but it's not using crochet, it's using Tunisian crochet. Now, I'm not a Tunisian crocheter. I have never done it before. Maybe I should try it. It should be on my list. There's just so many things I'm doing with crochet at the moment, and I've really started to get into knitting. But this design is gorgeous. To me, this is like virtually a replica of the Sophie scarf, but with Tunisian crochet. And it looks gorgeous. It's made from light fingering. It's using a 5mm Tunisian crochet hook with only 200 meters of yarn. And this lady has done a really gorgeous version, and one of them is striping, which is just gorgeous. Imagine that with navy and white with your... I'm a traditional person. I always have my red, white and blue clothes ready for spring and summer. I am very traditional in that sense. That will go perfect. So if you would like to try Tunisian crochet, or you can, this is a perfect project. And what's more, it's free. So that's my roundup for all the patterns that I would recommend for summer to crochet. I'm going to leave a link down below with all of these in Ravelry bundles, and I've made 2 separate Ravelry bundles, one with free and one with paid, and I will leave those down below. So I'm going to wrap up this video and keep it short and sweet, and I will see you in the next crochet video. Bye!